I brought Arsenal's transfer target by becoming the director of football in FM23 and simulated the 23-24 season. Can Mikel win anything with this team? So I went ahead and simulated the 22-23 season and looks like Arsenal finished third without winning any trophies. But hey, at least they qualified for the Champions League. And now I'll make myself the manager using the in-game editor. And the way this works is you obviously have to become the manager of the club. You can't apply for a director of football. I mean, it's called football manager for a reason, not director of football. So once you become the manager of the club, you use the in-game editor to get Mikel back into the club as an assistant manager and holiday each match day so that he will be in charge of all the match day events. You can now play as the director of football. Moving on to transfer targets, Arsenal's top priority for the transfer window is Declan Rice. They are also in the market for another centre mid and some defensive reinforcements. The other midfield player that's in Arsenal's radar is Moises Caicedo. Seeing as to how they got a bid of about 70 million rejected during the winter transfer window, Arsenal still holds a firm interest in the player. And for the right back position, Arsenal have Sasa Boye on their radar. There's also new development regarding Xavi Simons, who sparked transfer rumors by changing his agents to the son of Arsenal former co-owner David Dean. Now that we got that sorted, let me go ahead and sign these players inside the game. And in the meantime, if you don't feel like watching me trying to sign those players, here's a couple of Arsenal facts. Arsenal were the first and only English team till date out as of recording that is to have beaten both the Milan clubs at San Siro. With a new stadium in the pipeline, Arsenal might forever remain the only English side to do so. And here's another one the Arsenal fans will like. When the English footballing pyramid was reorganized after the end of World War One in 1918, Arsenal were voted into the top flight at the expense of Tottenham, who were relegated from the first division. They were also involved in the first live television broadcast of a football match, in which they faced the Arsenal reserves at Highbury on 1937. Now that we have wrapped up all the transfers and finished with the preseason, let me go ahead and simulate the 23-24 season and see what Mikel does with this team. And we won the Champions League. Let's go! And finished third in the league, which is not bad. But yeah, we got knocked out in the first round by Liverpool and didn't make it past the semi-final in the FA Cup. But before we check everything else, let's look at the final goals in the Champions League. And Jorginho opened the account for the day with a banger. A poorly defended Barca cross resulted in Barca getting on track. But an incredible chip by Gabriel Martinelli saw Arsenal lift their first Champions League. And now let's check out Arsenal's league performance. It looks like they started their campaign with a great form, not losing any game in the first month. After the game against Watford, we had a terrible September, October, and November, which saw us losing out to Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, conceding 6 goals. But we picked up things from December. And it looks like even though we almost bottled it during March and April, we did finish the season strong. And the past league positions show that even though we were not at our best, we did finish third, courtesy of a good end of season form. And as for the Champions League, looks like we were in the group with Bayern Munich and AC Milan. And knowing our history with Bayern, I'm surprised we went through the group without losing any game, winning 3 and drawing 3. And then we faced Marseille from France, who we comfortably defeated. But then we play against Man City and Liverpool, whom we beat narrowly. So it's safe to say it's not an easy path. And now for some stats. Jesus scored the most goals with 26, followed by Martinelli who scored 19. And from the looks of things, Saka is the only player to have double digits in both goals and assists, with him scoring 18 goals and 16 assists. He is also leading the team in assists, followed by Martin Odegaard with 11. And I'm wrapping this up with the complete transfer history for the past 2 seasons. And if you did like this video, leave a comment as to what other forms of football manager videos I should do. And click here to check out other stuff that I have made.